So, Return of the Mac wasn't, or was his last song?
No. Well, I mean, you know about how one-hit wonder people.
Well, yeah.
He was basically one of those.
But I mean, like,
did you scroll down his Spotify list, like, all of his other songs have, like, 1 million streams, and his top song ever has, like, 159 million streams.
So,
imagine being so famous in the world for a song about being cheated on someone and just coming back.
Well, did the Mac ever return?
I don't know.
So because if that was his last song,
dead?
I don't know.
Usually when we talk about something like this, they're probably dead at this time.
True, but I just want to know if Return of the Mac was his last song, because if it was, then that means he never really returned. He just kind of was like, "I'm back," and then disappeared again.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It would be funny if he marketed it that way, but I don't think he marketed it that way.
I think he just released it. I mean,
yeah, he released it in his feels.
Yeah. It was the 90s. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But anyway, welcome everybody to Ben and Bal's Lukewarm Takes. Today we do have a guest with us. It's our editor. She wanted to join in on this conversation that we're gonna have today. We'll touch on a lot of topics, but to start off with, it is going to be somewhat of a sensitive topic today. We're going to be discussing something similar to last week as far as sexual liberation, but we're going to have a female's point of view on things. Apparently, we're also talking about the Mac returning.
Oh yeah,
the return of the Mac.
Two things that male opinions don't value enough. So
yeah.
Anyway, why doesn't our editor introduce herself, Chris?
Hi guys, Chris here. I'm usually in the back editing, but wanted to cut.
She's a little shy.
Yeah, very, very shy.
This is all live, by the way. So for anyone that wonders if we do any,
of course it's live.
Oh well, yeah. But for anyone that wonders if we edit after the fact, then not really.
It's all one take.
Yes. Yeah. So. Take. So, what I meant by that is, yeah, you're getting the raw details here. We're going in raw with it, and I know people like it raw. I know I like it raw.
Right in the paint.
Right in the paint. Yeah. So,
right in the taint.
Going off of the previous episode, I know we were cut off a little abruptly. I just wanted to start off by
not the food.
Not the food, yes. But I wanted to start off by letting everyone know that it is okay for men to pay for women on dates. However, it should not be expected. That
was where you were going with that. I totally forgot what we had the last episode.
Yes, it should not be expected. I was reading comments from the last episode, and that's something else. Someone else that commented actually said we're similar to the Joe Rogan experience. I never thought about that. I guess we are.
I don't like that analogy. Well, I mean, lately.
Well, I mean,
Joe Rogan isn't someone to look up to nowadays.
Well, I think we're the Joe Rogan experience, but without the drugs. I would say. Yeah. I mean, like, just
and like not a lot of head damage from MMA fighting.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
No, I love the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, he's great.
So if he ever wants to give us a shout out, Ben and Bao, feel free to tell all of your followers to follow us.
Don't call me out, man. I don't fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Earlier, I thought you were just like, oh yeah, men. It's okay for men to pay, and I was just like, what's he gonna go with here?
Yeah, no, it is. It's okay for men to pay.
Pay for what?
For dinner, dates. I don't know, but
sex.
Okay. So, okay. So I personally think, you know what? Let me just. What do you guys? Do you guys think prostitution should be legal? I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
I'm in the middle with this one.
You're in the middle with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I can understand why it should be, so people can make money off of it. But, I don't know, I feel like people are better than that.
You do? Oh.
I feel like it I don't know, it's not a really good job. That's just how I feel.
Sounds more like a no to me. That's I'll take a no in my book, thank you very much. What about you?
Where does Where does OnlyFans fall on that? Do you think OnlyFans is a form of prostitution?
I think so.
You think so? And so, do you think that OnlyFans should not be legal?
Well, we had to specify what OnlyFans is for some of the people that don't, you know.
I think some people are using it for that, but some people are not.
Yeah, that's the thing, because
Well,
OnlyFans isn't just strictly.
Oh well, but
Yeah.
in OnlyFans, so for the people that don't know, it's a website where men and women can post explicit or non-explicit pictures of themselves.
I'll stop you there. It's just a site like Patreon to post things. Men and women tend to use it for the explicit
Oh, so it doesn't have to be
nature.
pictures
It
of
does
videos.
not have to be
What else can you post?
anything.
You can post anything.
It's a subscription-based service for anything.
I've never had an OnlyFans, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that's why I was prefacing it right now.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am absolutely.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
No, I know people that told me about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what else do they fucking post then?
It usually they the reason why I know it's that way because there are several people that tease that they are gonna post stuff like that and they just don't.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's just generally that in itself means you could post anything.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so I can post a post about me selling pubic hair and not sell the pubic hair and not post any pictures, just the words. Like,
Yeah, no,
Hey.
you could literally write down on a piece of paper, I am selling pubic hair. Take a picture of it, post it.
no, but that's a picture. I want to be able to
Oh,
post things other than
you
pictures
can
and
still
videos.
post too. You can
Oh.
still just post.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay. Well,
And
Oh.
if someone really likes your pubic hair,
yeah.
I'll pay $25 a month for your pubic hair.
Oh, okay. Okay, so OnlyFans is a website where that's a subscription based
Yeah,
service.
it was Patreon, and then it got really tainted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Typically for posting illicit photos of oneself.
Yes.
Now, posting illicit photos and getting paid for it, is that a form of prostitution? Because that's somewhat selling your body. It's not selling your time, but it's selling pictures of your body.
I am on a hard no on every sort of thing that has to do with selling your body in any instance.
But is this selling your body?
I mean, yeah, you're freaking posting pictures of yourself.
But what about I guess OnlyFans gives more power to women, I would say, with expressing their bodies and using their bodies to make money.
Well, yeah, they're not being instead of joining certain porn industries and actual prostitution in the streets, they're given the agency to post whatever they want at a price range that they want too. So
Yeah.
they're not being humiliated price range as well.
Yeah.
So they do have a lot of agency in that regard. I still think they're selling their bodies though.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
you don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that. It sounds really bad, but I mean, like, I just don't agree with you. I'm just going to repeat myself. I don't think you should be selling yourself in that form or fashion.
Oh, okay.
You
That's how I
shouldn't. You
feel
shouldn't
about
take.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Mhm.
you. There you go. Yeah, I don't think your name should be a sex symbol.
Okay.
Your very image should not be a sex symbol either.
Okay, I see.
Mhm.
I guess the way I'm feeling and the way I've been feeling is I think that there's a very fine line between empowerment and low self-respect, right?
Of course.
So most of these activities could be seen as both, depending on which lens you view it as. And I feel like in some instances, OnlyFans and as an extension, prostitution in itself is a form of empowerment.
Mhm.
You know, say prostitution not being legal, I feel like that is the government taking the rights of your body away. Who's to say that you shouldn't have sex with people for money? Who's to say if I wanted to go out there and I'm low on my luck and I wanted to sell dick for money, you know, I wanted to, if people wanted to have sex with me, I'm like, yeah, okay, you can have sex with me, but pay me. Why is the government saying that I am not allowed to do that? What control over my body do they have?
Yeah, and I think that I do actually agree with you on that regard. that if prostitution exists, let's make it legal so we can avoid the liberties taken from us of a decision standpoint of what we want to do with ourselves, because that is still our decision of what we want to do with our own bodies and ourselves. So it should be legal across all counts. Another reason why it should be legal is because we have underground human trafficking that takes advantage of certain practices like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that muddies the waters a lot.
Yeah, that does muddy the water a lot. But
human trafficking should not be legal.
Yeah.
No, yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah. But by making it legal, it is on the long term good. I'm thinking about the core value of prostitution in itself, that in a perfect world, no woman should have to get to that point in selling herself to make money. Yeah,
but that's just a topic about society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course no one should have to get to that point. And I agree, but in order to argue that, we'd have to change the whole system, and we wouldn't be fighting against prostitution, we'd be fighting against poverty.
Yeah.
But with prostitution itself, I feel like not, and similar to the porn industry, I don't agree with the porn industry.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think it should be illegal.
Mm-hmm.
I think if someone wants to go into the porn industry, if someone wants to sell pictures on their OnlyFans, if someone wants to have sex with people for money, they should be able to do so. Mm-hmm. However, I feel like the industry should be regulated, and that's why it should be legal, to stop human trafficking, to stop people that are forced to go into prostitution, to stop people that are exploited in the porn industry. And there's a porn star that she came up on the social medias. I don't remember her name, but she was talking about how the porn industry took advantage of her.
Oh, Mia Khalifa.
Oh, yes, yeah. So Mia Khalifa. And so, obviously because of that, I'm against the porn industry, and porn is bad for you anyway. So I don't think people should watch porn, but like if they want to, go ahead, watch it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you shouldn't make it illegal. Why are you regulating people's bodies? I think porn, prostitution, all that stuff should be legal for the people that want to do it.
Yeah. Before you complete that statement in regards to her, keep updated with at least her current events. Her side of things, she just claimed that she only worked for a few days or a few months.
It was I think out of 3 months she worked for 12 days.
Yeah, and made nothing. While the porn label, I guess you would like to call it, the porn label on her other side said, hell no, they created a website just to disprove her. However, I do think there's still some sort of heinous acts behind the scenes.
Yeah, of course.
However, she really did herself dirty just entering that situation. Now, that's just a generality of why I think all this is just mind-boggling to me. And I think I've experienced... no, I haven't experienced. I've seen it myself that we talked about selling yourself in a sense that you just like sexual liberation and certain things of that aspect, right?
Yeah.
I think that sometimes it gives people a sense of falsehood as well. And I've seen an example of this. I looked into one of my friend's friends who tweets continuously that she's sexually liberated. And she talks all the time about, oh yeah, I suck dick, I do this stuff. No, I'm not even kidding.
It's fair. She wants to show it.
She wants to show it off. She wants to show it off. So yeah, so she talks about how she wants to drain some dick and all that other stuff.
Oh my God.
And then she gets called out for not respecting herself, and she calls them out back. I think that's very admirable. What she fails to realize is everything else she does. She has an OnlyFans that she doesn't post any nudes of that matter.
Okay.
So that's something wrong, number one. That's the thing I like.
Well, if she doesn't want to post nudes.
No. But I think she has an ulterior motive behind that. She's trying to get men rallying behind paying her for something that's not even authentic. Then she just leaves her DMs open so people can pay her.
Okay.
Simple as that. So they can message her.
Okay. Here, let me.
That's a falsehood.
Let me jump in this real quick.
Okay.
So I feel like leaving or not leaving the DMs, but the OnlyFans and not posting explicit photos, right?
Yes.
Even though she may be teasing, I'd say, like you were saying, you don't have to post anything of the sort on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I think that would be within our power.
Yeah.
Now, whether so I think it's somewhat admirable, but now whether she's showing her self-respect by how she carries herself on social media, that's something different.
Yeah.
I feel like more power to you, girl. If you want to go out there and sell your pictures, do whatever you want. If you want to sleep with 1,000 guys, 1,000 girls, and guys, if you same thing. If you want to sleep with 1,000 guys, 1,000 girls, like go ahead and do you. However, how you carry yourself is also important. You know, if she's posting on the social medias about sucking dick and draining that shit, then I kind of feel like that's she should have a little more respect in how she wants other people to view her. Just because, say, people that are younger might be on the social media, people that are older that don't want to know that kind of stuff about her life.
Yeah.
And yes, she can be as open as she wants when people inquire about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or when people are, when the conversation or the topic is in that area, like of that nature. But to come out of nowhere and start talking about all the sex that you're having, I feel like is not necessarily empowering or using your womanhood for strength. I feel like that is somewhat obnoxious and disrespectful to yourself.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that I think her having that OnlyFans and all that several other stuff is just leading her to enable her to believe that she's like truly sexually liberated. I'm pretty sure it is. I think she's just being very, very narcissistic about it, especially with all the people freaking paying her. Those guys are idiots as well.
Yeah, that's
just to message her too. Yeah. Just to message her.
Is she making bank?
I'm sure she is.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You want to make an OnlyFans?
If only.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, prostitution is illegal because the industry is harder to tax. Oh, here in the U.S. anyway. In certain states like Nevada, I know that it's legal. And I know that it's also legal in many places in Europe. But over here in the United States, if it's legal in some places, then I feel like it should be legal in all places, just heavily regulated. Mm-hmm. People should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies. I know that I kind of steered away from you, Christine, but what are you thinking? Do you think that, as a female yourself, do you think that people should be able to get paid for selling their bodies if they want to? Do you agree with it? I know you said you don't necessarily agree, but how are you thinking about it?
I just feel like the problem at its core revolves around like how well people get paid for that. Because the problem is that people look to selling their bodies because it pays so well. And people think like that's their last resort. And because of that, they start to almost in a way make it and make a living out of it. So they continue like they continue doing it, and then like they start making more than like your average worker, and like that's the problem. And I feel like that shouldn't be the case. I feel like if they were getting paid like very, very bad, like minimum wage workers or something related to that, then it would be like different. Like nobody would want to like resort to selling their bodies at all. Mm-hmm. But because they get paid so well, people are like idolizing it and making it kind of like okay now.
So the fact that you're saying that because money's involved with basically sex work is invalidating two things, basically invalidating basic jobs in itself and just sex in itself, honestly, because I will go further upon that, and I would just say the moment money's involved with it, that's why prostitution exists.
Oh yeah, that's why everything exists.
Oh yeah, of course, everything exists because of money, sex, and drugs.
But, everything does exist because of sex.
Yeah. Let's just say it's legal, right?
Okay.
I feel like, and let's say you get paid like really, really, like I don't know. Let's say something. Give me a ridiculous like low paying amount of money.
I know. I
mean, I don't know how much it costs.
$250 an hour.
I know it depends because prostitution in itself is a business. But let's say your typical street hooker that's like, I've never hired a prostitute, so sorry if my numbers are off. That I would pretend like $20 an hour or something, right?
Yeah, I was saying $250. Okay.
Yeah, but I know that say prostitutes in New York, for their high clientele, get paid like $1,000 a night, $10,000 a night. So obviously, it's circumstantial. But what were you going off of? Are you looking for the higher numbers or the lower numbers?
The lower numbers. Like, let's say someone gets like paid $20 an hour.
Okay.
I don't think anyone would do it unless they're really that desperate to make some money.
See, but
I think they're doing it because they don't have a job.
Yeah. Because they have no other choice, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the ugly side. Like, I don't think that things should be like that. I think that, well, obviously, as a non-regulated business, prostitutes get paid at different intervals. But I mean, if they want to sell their bodies for high amounts, I'd say go for it. If it's if sex is a commodity and people want it, then sell it for that much. Just be safe in your practices. But what would have to happen, not only would the industry have to be like regulated to stop shady dealings from going on, but kind of contrary and also going along with what you guys are saying, I think that society would have to adapt so that a minimum wage job could pay you a livable wage. If you could work minimum wage back in the 1950s and afford a small house, but minimum wage today can't even afford you half of an apartment, then there's something wrong with that. And people will turn to prostitution to get paid more. But I wouldn't say that's the fault of prostitution. I would say that that's the fault of the society that failed them. The minimum wage should be a livable wage. All jobs should pay more. The economy should keep up with inflation. And with that being said, prostitution's high pay wouldn't be super astronomical because if they want to do it, if they want to go have sex, cool, they could go have sex. But it's not a last resort because they could just work at McDonald's and still afford a house for their kids and food to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once everything you stated goes into like a certain ideal or a law passed of some sort, then sex would just become just that, just sex, and a lack of money thereof. Because I mean, you can't have the triangle of sex, money, and drugs. When you put money and sex together, it's just 10 times worse. Yeah.
So you think it would make it worse?
I think I'm slowly realizing that my deep-rooted negativity towards prostitution is probably just based off of how our government's dealing with it. Honestly, because I mean, prostitution just wouldn't exist if there was no money involved. It would just be sex for hobby, sex for fun, sex for sex, human nature sex. I think so.
Well, I mean, prostitution still exists in the European Union, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's legal.
It is legal, yeah.
Oh, so it's also legal in places in Asia. So I think it would still exist, but it would have less of a stigma, right? Because people wouldn't be forced to do it. They would just like, if you want a prostitute, go get one. And people that want to have sex for money, they can do it.
Clearly, there's something wrong because slavery has been at its highest now.
Yeah.
It has never gone
slavery,
down.
Right?
In the form of sexual slavery. So there is clearly something wrong.
I know that places like Thailand, it's actually really bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that I just use Asia as an example, but here's a reason why the industry should be regulated. Because in some places where prostitution is legal, what they'll do is little boys or little girls that get into the industry, they'll make it very hard for them to leave because they'll pay them the bare minimum, and there's no way that they can pay off their debts or get in a better paying job with how much they're getting paid, so they're forced to go back to work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And sex trafficking isn't always kidnapping. Sex trafficking sometimes is just someone willing to work for you because they don't have any other option.
Yeah, I think now all thoughts coming in fast. Now I'm just realizing that maybe much of the human trafficking in itself isn't because of illegal prostitution, I think that's just the perverse human nature and
Oh, yeah.
very sick people out there. Because I mean, I told you about that conspiracy theory about cruise ships kidnapping individuals just to take them into human trafficking.
Yeah.
Just shit like that happens all the time. I would just want it to a point where we are only fighting that and not fighting the fact that, oh yeah, these prostitutes on the streets are getting paid low. It should just be legal on the long term, and then we could fight things that really matter, like the fact that slavery is really high. Sexual slavery. Yeah.
So did I just change your mind?
Yeah, you kind of did.
Well, how are you feeling?
In real time. Because I've been thinking about this for the longest time. Because I highly value, as a man that doesn't experience it myself, I highly value the need for sex. And it's just, when people talk about selling sex, it just boggles my mind, because I think it should be nurtured and it should be just in itself sacred. But I mean, the world isn't like that. I think sex is more than that.
That's how I feel about it.
But perversely, on the other side of things, people will take advantage of that. And that's the thing. That's the thing I truly want to fight for. And I find myself in the near or very long future in like a very non-profit charitable organization that has to do with sexual trafficking, or the stop for sexual trafficking. So catch me in the future, guys.
So Chris, you were saying that's how you feel about it too?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, I just don't think that if it's legal, it'll fix human trafficking.
You don't? So you think it should be just 100% illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
what I was saying is, we can make it legal, but I don't think human trafficking is connected to that.
I see.
At the root.
So, for what reason do you think it should be illegal? You just think prostitution is an evil industry?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if it was legal, it would just create more problems. Like, more people would like put themselves in situations of like, oh, I'm gonna make my living like normal, like other people are making it.
That's my main argument.
I see. Yeah. I see.
Yeah. And then I just feel like if they go to someone's house, there could be just someone there that's waiting to like, just take them.
No, but that's regulate the industry, right?
I guess so, but I feel like something like that, it still wouldn't be able to be regulated that well.
Oh, okay, I see.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is such a broken concept. You can never know how to do this right.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
I just feel like too many women and men would be in danger.
I'd say let's pretend prostitution becomes legal, right? Companies that conduct prostitution can do background checks and require information from customers rather than just accepting whoever wants to hire one of their girls or guys. Because now that it's legal, you can run their information or their identity through databases and not have that be an issue or a problem. So say John Smith hires one of your prostitutes, male or female, and all of his information is on file. So if something happens to that person, then John Smith is going to jail. Mm-hmm. And that would save a lot of issues as far as human trafficking for, let's say, in this industry specifically, I think. When something's legal and you add regulations, that makes it a hell of a lot safer. I don't know about here in the U.S. because I know some twisted dealings go on with business in the U.S., but that would be a step forward to deregulating people's bodies and regulating the safety on the choices that they make with people's bodies.
Mm. Yeah. I agree with you 100%, honestly. But I think both things are different points. Just the legalization of prostitution and human trafficking. I just feel really strongly about this, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I still feel like if it's legalized, so many kids are just like not gonna focus on what I think is the right path and like focus on like school and like trying to make something out of themselves just like finishing out of high school or just dropping out and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a porn star or I'm gonna like be a prostitute, and that's like, I feel like you should have higher morals than that. People should try to excel and try to create something with themselves, because I feel like that's not what you should be looking forward to in life, just having fun like that. You should try to I don't know, help people, because I mean, what really matters to you, just having fun, like with like a one night stand with some people and make money out of that, or like actually creating something of yourself in this world.
Okay, I see that. But just to play devil's advocate with that, do you think that there should be more to life than just doing the things that you want to do? Because I've realized as I get older, people have always told me what path I should be on in life. You know, they tell me that you should be having this type of career, or you should be doing this, or you should be going to college. But not every college is definitely great for opening doors. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people will say college is bad. College is 100% good for you. If you can go. But college isn't right for some people. And working a 9-to-5 job isn't right for some people. Some people are creative types. Some people need to create music and art and all kinds of wonderful things. And some people are just miserable with everything in between. And maybe what they want to do is sex work. And maybe that's where they fit into society.
I get you. But for me, that just feels unfair that if like other people go to medical school or like, I'm not sure, like become an engineer, you know, like go through so many years and years of school and like make almost as much as a porn star or a prostitute. Like, how is that fair?
Then I would say we would need to pay, we wouldn't blame prostitution. We would need to pay those other industries more.
No, man, this is way too deep into that issue, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But that's just how I feel about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think maybe you also feel that, like, as you said yourself, Ben, that when for some people, I just had a deja vu. When people, it isn't right for them to be in college, they think of miserable lifestyles like having sex for work. But I think what Chris is trying to say is just the fact that was the first thing they thought of is already unfair.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
but I mean, I feel like, well, maybe it's just being a guy, but that's not the first thing I thought of. I thought that, you know, people that aren't right for college, you know, they think, I want to be a construction worker, or I want to be an artist, or I want to make music, or I want to be a dancer. And then there are some people that think I want to have sex for money, because those people exist out there. I'm pretty sure a good percentage of the porn stars were in high school and deliberately did not go to college because they wanted to join porn. So as soon as they graduate, boom, in the porn industry.
Okay. Then the question lies, how sexually pressured is our entire society?
Well,
Everything is ingrained with sex.
Well, I'd say that's just human nature. I don't think our society is sexually pressured. I think it's the opposite. I think that
we're tabooed.
Yeah, like sex and as a topic is taboo in our culture, and I feel like it needs to be less taboo if people want to be happier.
Mm-hmm. You see the shitty side of things, though. I feel like nowadays when I'm on the subreddit of teenagers, when you go down it, they complain about.
Okay.
Jesus, you didn't let me finish.
It's getting scary. I'm sorry.
It is getting scary. They complain about how TikTok is negative for even their age. So I don't even sound old and outdated by saying TikTok is shit. Because it is. Because it's leading people to think that twerking on camera is great.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely bad.
Yeah.
But
how sexually pressured is our society now?
I'd say that's not sexually pressured. That's a negative body image. That's the same thing that Instagram has been doing for years. You know, people post and brag about how good their lives are on Instagram, how good their bodies are, how much fun they're having, and that leads to other people being less happy because they don't have those lives, right? Mm-hmm. Which I think I said this in the last episode, or no, I didn't. Social media is, it has its pros for sure, but I just feel like it's so detrimental to one's psyche. Stuff like that needs to be taken in moderation. You know, it's not like social media should be regulated or anything, but as a parent, you should teach your kids not to spend all their time on TikTok. The hard thing about this is that's the way our society is going. If you want to be big, you would try to be TikTok famous. I know that I fought against that type of pressures for years. Growing up, MySpace. Yeah, it shows how old I am. Fucking MySpace, but
I still have my account.
Tom.
Yeah.
MySpace and Facebook, YouTube and stuff. That was we all heard the talk about how negative the internet was, and I bought into it, and I lived my life outside the internet, which I do not regret at all. I think out of most people that I meet, I'm more positive. I've had more life experiences, and I live in the moment, which I actually prefer. However, I also have other friends that have delved into the realm of the internet, and they're coming out more successful financially because that is the way our society is going. And, you could either get on the bus or get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a balance between spending all of your time and having a negative self-image online and being totally free in the outside world like me. But then you come to terms with you're going to be working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life in a job that you may or may not love.
Yeah. Well said. Well said, my friend.
Yeah, I think with what you guys are saying, I think you guys really do have valid points on the prostitution, but I still feel like people should be able to do it if they want to.
I think my thought process is still incomplete at the end of the day, because where in the middle of all that, between being raised and being a fully fledged adult, would you say, I'm going to sell my body? I know that your point would be there's a small or maybe large percentage of people that just want to do it.
Okay.
Just want to do it. But I think there's something that lies in between that gives people that sort of option that they might not want or need, but they do it anyway.
Okay. I with this, there's 2 things I want to address with that, and I want you to answer it as well, Chris. What about the people out there that are a part of hookup culture? Right? What about the people that are sad, that are going on Tinder, and they're having sex with whoever swipes? What is it, right or left? Right?
Or right.
Okay. Yeah. They're going on Tinder. They're having sex with whoever swipes right on them, because we know there are people out there like that. And they hate their job. They don't know what they want to do with their life. They would prefer to whatever they're doing on Tinder to get paid for it. What do you say to those people out there? Do you say that no, you shouldn't be doing that? Or yes, you should be able to do it if you want to? How do you feel about that as far as prostitution goes?
I say no, you don't have to pay for it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No, but what if they wanted to sell it to make money?
Oh, what if they wanted?
I would tell them you're better than that.
But what if they wanted to?
But what's the reason for they wanted to?
Yeah,
just for
see,
the
that,
money?
and that's the in between.
Well, why do you want to be a doctor?
I want to help people.
Okay, what if they just want to have sex?
I think
you should just, I don't know, have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
I get your point, but I don't think they were raised. I don't want to say correctly. I'm sure they were raised correctly, but I think there was a small ounce of them that didn't think about the many options there are out there in the world.
No, I know.
That's how I feel about it.
I agree. I think there is some level of counseling that can go with that to help. But I still think no matter what, there is a certain percentage of people that want to have sex with strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to have sex with strangers and they can get paid for it,
yeah,
why shouldn't they?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if they are hard pressed, I'm not gonna go up to some freaking prostitute right now and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't do this. You don't have to do this." They do what they want. I'm not gonna stop them. I just think that if they really are hard pressed, if they're 100% saying, "I really just like doing this," okay, I have nothing to say about that.
So in that instance, it should be legal.
Yes.
Yes, and with you,
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
However,
they
should not get paid that good.
they should not get paid that well. I
That's
see.
how I feel.
Okay, no, I'd say that those are fair conditions.
Because it's like to me, it's the easy way out.
Okay, yeah, I would say it's the easy way
Because
out.
there's no talent to that.
No.
Yeah. People have told me that they beg to differ. Have you seen the Mexican Disney on Ice?
Oh dear. No. Okay. I see what you mean.
It should be a static payment for all.
No. If it's a business industry, then a static payment is too much regulation. I feel like
because there's so many forms of it out there. There's BDSM.
Yeah, exactly. People should just get, if they get paid a lot. It's like there are some doctors out there in the world that don't get paid as much as other doctors. Every doctor doesn't get a static $300,000 a year. Mm-hmm. It depends on what you negotiated, how good you are at your craft, and I feel like it's the same thing. It should get paid by however much you negotiated, but the industry should be regulated for the safety of those within it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still feel strongly about that.
Well, with porn, do you guys think that
porn's addictive?
Well, okay, well, yes. For the individual, it's addictive, and individually, you should not watch porn. Mm-hmm. However, do you think the industry should be illegal since you feel that way about sex?
I don't think it should be illegal.
Well, what's the difference with that?
Because you're not doing it. Like, it's not the act of it. You're just watching it for pleasure.
No, but there's porn. The porn stars are having sex.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, like, yeah, of course, on the other side, you're watching it, but the porn stars are still having sex.
Well, okay, but porn is legal. We all know that.
Yes, porn is legal.
Did you know that even if it's legal, there's still a lot of shit going on behind the scenes?
Exactly.
Yes, and the porn industry should be more heavily regulated.
Yeah.
Is how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
It should be, the porn industry should be very heavily regulated, but the reason why porn is legal is because since it has to stream or sell in videos, it's a taxable industry. Mm-hmm. Prostitution is illegal on the sole basis that it's not taxable. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's the government telling you that you are not allowed to have sex unless we can tax you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can find some sort of way to regulate the industry and tax us, cool. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they should not control what people do with their bodies. Just like, I think it was last year when the current administration got rid of the Craigslist classified. People just wanted to have sex. Mm-hmm. They were on Craigslist just so they can have sex. That's what they're doing. That's just what they want to do. Why would you get rid of that? Mm-hmm. If you wanted to tack on some regulations, cool. But why are you telling people they cannot go online to have sex with strangers if they want to have sex with strangers?
Yeah, they had every opportunity to tax everything. You heard about that Snapchat crusade or whatever, where girls were like basically posting photos of themselves and getting payments for it and all. Okay. But then they reported them to the IRS.
The fucking premium Snapchats?
Yeah.
That was...
They reported all of them to the IRS and they all got freaking taxed to hell. Yeah. My goodness. Honestly, there's no good guy in that situation. Everyone was really bad in that situation. But I mean, that goes with your point.
Yeah.
The government will find any way to tax anything.
Yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, and with those premium Snapchats, I kind of feel like that walks the other side of the line of they need to respect themselves more. Because don't think my opinion is opposing you guys. I feel like in this sort of thing, people should respect themselves more. Prostitution should not be the first thing that they jump to. However, if someone wants to do it, if they're not forced into the industry, if their socioeconomic status is okay, and they just want to do it, then I feel like they should be able to do it.
I agree.
Me too.
No, okay.
Their comfortable sex is comfortable sex. As long as it's comfortable.
As long as it's comfortable. Comfortable sex is comfortable sex.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned for the parties that are going to get involved,
I see.
I just feel like it could just be so easy to trap people.
I see.
And just become a dangerous industry altogether.
I see that, yeah. And then I would say that's why you put certain barriers in place. Maybe you make it hard to become a prostitute. and then you do like 1,000 background checks and screenings of clients, and that way, because right now you can't screen your clients because prostitution is illegal, right? So you're gonna have to just hire whoever comes to you. But if it is legal, then you could say, hey, we're going to need your social security card. We're going to need your driver's license. You're going to be on a record saying that you hired this prostitute for this day. And
I just realized?
That would be embarrassing, but I mean, like, it'll be legal, so it's fine.
You know what I just realized?
What?
You basically just said a pimp turned into a businessman once it's legal.
Yeah.
That's basically what a pimp does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here, please sign in.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought pimps just hit people.
Because they didn't pay.
So, Christine, do you think it's, you said porn should be legal, right?
Yeah.
So with the porn stars, do you think it's okay for them to go out and have all this sex with all these random dudes on camera?
Regarding to porn?
Regarding to porn. And then if yes, then what's the difference?
I feel like, everything needs to be consensual, right?
Yes.
That's consensual, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I'm not there seeing them signing contracts.
We all hear about the porn industry does not treat their
actresses and actors well.
Yeah, they're all usually on drugs.
Yeah,
exactly.
I understand that, and I think that's wrong.
And to them, they're just probably like, well, why should we treat them good?
Exactly.
Because like what they're doing is not like a real profession, like in their eyes. Or I don't know, I'm not them, so I don't know the way that they're thinking about it.
Okay.
But most porn industries are not treating their employers that well.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that it should be legal, but maybe the government should keep better track on it to make sure that the employees are treated well?
Yeah, 100%.
So then would you say the same thing about prostitution?
Yeah. I'm just really concerned with it being safe.
Yeah, okay. All right then. And then what about OnlyFans and all that stuff? Still should be legal, but people should take care in respecting themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that if it all ends up just being OnlyFans, I'm actually totally okay with that. At the worst case scenario, or at the best case scenario, if OnlyFans was just a thing, and then for some reason OnlyFans is the biggest thing in the world in terms of sex value, and it just takes prostitution off the streets, I'm all for it because
that won't take prostitution off the streets.
Yeah, it won't.
People got a nut. Man.
It won't. Yeah, but the best thing about that is the woman has so much agency that she's behind the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's touching her.
A lot of power to her.
Yeah, a lot of power to her.
So then why are you against OnlyFans if she has that much power?
I mean, I'm against the core value of just.
Oh, you're just against the ugliness of human nature that allowed OnlyFans to breed.
Yeah,
and exist.
Exactly. And I could name several examples of those that take advantage of OnlyFans, but I'll be here all day.
Yeah, I see. All right, yeah, because I feel like there's a way that women can have an OnlyFans and women can have an OnlyFans and be seen as strong, productive members of society. But there's also some out there who's just like, please have a little more respect for yourself or respect for your loved ones, because I know in certain instances there's people with boyfriends that have OnlyFans and their boyfriends don't necessarily agree with it, but they're just like, you can't tell me what to do with my body, which is true. But when you're in a relationship, that is all about compromise, and you can't just make a decision that big and expect your partner to be okay with it, because I feel like that's a failing relationship.
Yeah. I think, and there's no way to prove this, but I'm just going to make this point, which you claim that those that are on OnlyFans respecting their bodies, I don't think those people exist.
No, really?
Yeah, I don't think they exist at all. They go on there, they make a fuck ton of money, and they don't know the lavishness of their wrongdoings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here, let me.
There's no way to prove that. But,
okay, let me pose a scenario for you. A woman goes on OnlyFans, let's make it a woman in this instance because I feel like that's a little easier to picture. She goes on OnlyFans and she does not have any nude photos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of the photos that she posts are tasteful. She's gaining financial independence and everyone just likes the tease of her classiness.
She's just a model at this point.
Yeah. And would you say that some models are...
models get paid. Models get respect. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not on these pages.
Yeah. I think the people that I'm clearly pointing out, they just don't... I've never seen or experienced or witnessed or heard a humble OnlyFans person.
Well, they make a shit ton of money. If I made that much money, I wouldn't be humble.
I exactly. But I think the people that you're talking about wouldn't be on there.
Yeah, but
it's
a big site. There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, that's true. But I have yet to see.
Oh, okay.
I have yet.
What about someone that shows a specific body part? And I'm not talking about tits.
Just feet.
Yeah. So like, hands or feet, and then people go crazy about it, and they're paying this person like $400,000 a year just to see their hands.
Like, obviously, I don't really have much of a say because I don't like particularly looking at feet all the time, you know. But I mean, it's weird. But I mean, if you're into,
I think that's taking control. Yeah, no, I think it's strange too. But I think that's taking control. I think the people subscribing to that have a certain type of fetish. I'm not even going to say weird. I think they just have a certain type of fetish.
Maybe they just like feet.
Yeah,
I like this picture of foot, and I'm just gonna buy it.
However, the man or woman taking advantage of that, I feel like they're using their body in how do I put it? They're using their body in a positive way for their net benefit. Mm-hmm. It's not disrespectful to them because all they're showing is like a hand or a foot, and they're getting paid for it. If you could do that, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm not saying to that be the only thing that you can do. You know, think of all that time that frees up for their passions, or for becoming active in the community or into society, or for all the art that they can create where they don't have to be trapped in the 9-to-5 system that is America right now.
Yeah.
That's true. I see what you're saying.
If you lead yourself down that path, then I guess go for it. I think now it always just ends up being personal with me, right? Now at the end of the day, I just think I just wouldn't do it. If it were up to me, I wouldn't do it because just imagine you yourself making OnlyFans and everyone knows you just for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't do it either because I got ugly ass feet. No, but I'm just kidding.
Everything.
No, I got ugly everything.
But no, it's just you walk down the street, someone's just like, I know you're OnlyFans. It's just like, I don't want to be known for something like that.
Yeah, and the fact that when you have kids as well, then all the kids are going to be clowning. Yeah, all the kids are going to be clowning you for sure, and your kid, and not to mention that when you're also looking for a job, your employers can dig up some pretty personal things, and if OnlyFans is one of those things, that can cost you some pretty opportunities.
No, I think your hole has been dug once you start OnlyFans. You're pretty much just set to that for the rest of your life.
What about prostitution?
Prostitution? I'd say it's a little different. But I feel like people...
There's a little bit of anonymity.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And people
I guess that's the only pro.
Yeah, prostitution. Anonymous.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even people that enter that industry, I'd feel like... Okay. For instance, I know that I can't give any name specifically because I'm not a history buff. But I know that in the past, there were many prostitutes that were in politics as well because they would sleep with the clients that were high figures in politics. They would learn the politics and learn the secrets and the dealings of their clients, and they would use that information to enter the industry.
Damn, that's hardcore.
And see, that's why I'm saying it's woman empowerment.
Yeah,
and
it's fucking metal.
and we live in a time of idol culture. I hate idol culture. We'll have anher episode on this because
please do.
Yeah,
I have a lot to say about that too.
I think idol culture is terrible. However, if we're in a time of idol culture, that gives a lot of room for prostitutes to enter the industry to be noteworthy politicians. And so I'm not saying that it will happen or it should happen. I'm just saying that it leaves that room. So I feel like OnlyFans is a little more detrimental than being a prostitute, because I feel like if you're a prostitute, you'd still have avenues to go with.
Yeah, exactly. There's too many factors going into an OnlyFans. You just have negative conceptions of these people.
And it's all online, too.
Yeah, it's all online. You're just like, oh, she's just one of those freaking dimps that just want to go on here for sex and stuff. She probably doesn't know anything about the real world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just a popular statement that goes along the lines of there.
Very sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like, as far as the OnlyFans goes, like I said, they some of them, or I'm pretty sure a good chunk of them are practicing their empowerment, but you know, some of them should respect themselves more, and that shouldn't be their first avenue. You know, I feel like if they're using it to fund a passion, you know, cool for you, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are just doing it just so they don't have to do anything with their life.
I think if I could take this further, this will probably be a bad statement I'm going to say. But I think if we're going to even go that far, if we're going to go that far in respecting these women's work, we should respect those that pay them. Because we call them simps.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I'm a pretty open guy, but I feel like simps are simps.
Then, okay. What if
okay, your kinks should be respected.
Yeah.
However,
they're making money off of Sims?
Yeah, right? Okay. You should never kink shame anybody. Yeah. If someone's into feet, if someone's into getting shat on, if someone's into whatever they're into, BDSM, you should never kink shame them for that, right? However, there are more productive ways for them to use their money than to pay for pictures of somebody, especially when pornography is free.
Oh.
And that's where I stand with it, because they're using their money to pay for pictures of someone when they can use that money to donate to causes in need, like human trafficking, or say civil rights movements, or poverty, or the underprivileged in many, many places. But yet they're using it to pay for pictures that they can get the same types of pictures on some kind of pornographic website.
But that shit's hollow, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's true, it's completely true. But if we say that, it's hollow, because if we, let's say all the simps just get a light bulb, like, why did I think of that? Then there goes the entire OnlyFans website, because literally their big gigantic fan base is Sims.
So then I would say then OnlyFans is okay. It's just not something that would be sustainable, right? And then that's why in the first place I said you shouldn't do OnlyFans just not to do anything with your life. You should do OnlyFans to fund passions, and then maybe break away from OnlyFans once those passions start to take off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't agree with the whole you should be a quotation marks productive member of society. You should be a productive member of society, but you shouldn't fall into the whole trap that you need to go to college and work a 9 to 5 in order to be successful. There are many different avenues of success. You know, you can be successful through your happiness, through your relationships, through your spiritual connections with the world and other people. And you can be successful money-wise. Mm-hmm. Or you could be successful just because what you're doing in life, you like what you're doing. And, you know, to tell people you need to grow up and work for someone else, I feel like that's the pitfall of capitalism. Please don't call me a communist. Actually, you know what? I don't care if you call me a communist. You can call me a communist. But I think we're gonna
social communist.
I think I'm more of a I'm social democratic.
Yeah, social democratic. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my views actually lean right as far as economics go. However, politics has changed into human rights, and like I said last time,
it shouldn't have been that way.
Human rights should not be in politics; they should be human rights. But we're going to cut it here because we've already reached the hour mark. So this has been Ben and Bao, Not the Food.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it actually at the hour?
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, it's not yet.
Oh well, yeah, we have to cut it off now. Yeah.
Sponsored by.
Oh, we forgot to do a sponsor last time.
Editor-san. Who do you sponsor?
Who do I sponsor today?
Who are we sponsoring today?
I'm so sorry. I didn't look at that.
Oh, okay. I think it was Funimation. Ben and Bell, not the food.